A long time ago, in a small village, there lived a Sikh who was known for his temper. His anger could erupt like a volcano, and people would often avoid him. One day, the villagers heard that Buddha was visiting nearby. The man's curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to attend Buddha's teachings, but not because he sought wisdom. No, this man was determined to challenge Buddha's words, to test him. As the villagers gathered around Buddha, the man stood in the crowd with his arms crossed, his mind brimming with doubt and anger. Buddha spoke about peace, compassion, and forgiveness, and his words touched the hearts of many. But the angry man grew impatient. He couldn't bear to hear about peace when his heart was so filled with rage. Suddenly, the man stood up and began shouting at Buddha, "You preach about compassion and wisdom, but what do you know of the real world? You speak as if life is simple, but it's not. You have no idea how unfair life can be." His words were sharp, designed to provoke a reaction, but Buddha remained calm, his face serene as a still pond. The crowd watched with bated breath. They expected Buddha to respond with a counter-argument, or at least defend his teachings. But instead, Buddha smiled softly and asked the man, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man, caught off guard by the question, replied, "The gift would remain with the person who tried to give it." Buddha nodded. "Exactly. In the same way, if you offer me your anger, and I choose not to accept it, to whom does it belong?" The man was stunned into silence. His anger had been his gift to Buddha, but Buddha had not accepted it. Instead, Buddha responded with compassion and wisdom, leaving the man's rage to linger only within himself. Buddha then said, "Anger is like a hot coal. When you hold on to it, intending to throw it at someone else, you are the one who gets burned first. By letting go of the coal, you free yourself from the suffering of anger." The angry man felt something he hadn't experienced in years, a calmness washing over him. For the first time, he understood that his anger was not a weapon to wield against others, but a burden he had carried all along. The realization hit him hard. He bowed before Buddha and asked for guidance to control his temper and find inner peace. Buddha, with a gentle smile, told the man, "Start by being aware of your emotions. Recognize your anger when it arises, but do not act on it. Breathe deeply and let it pass, like clouds floating across the sky. You are not your anger. You are the calm behind it." From that day on, the man practiced mindfulness and worked on his temper. Over time, the villagers noticed a change in him. The once fiery man became a model of patience and peace, and people no longer feared him. Instead, they sought his advice on how to handle their own emotions. The story of the Buddha and the angry man teaches us a powerful lesson about the nature of anger. Holding on to anger only causes suffering to ourselves. If we learn to let go of our anger and practice mindfulness, we can find inner peace and help others by example. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that we have the power to control our emotions, and by doing so, we can live a life filled with compassion, calmness, and understanding.